Today we're going to dive into the world of Skyrim's NPCs and explore some of the best mods that transform them into more interesting and immersive characters. In this video we're going to cover how to overhaul the dialogue, appearance and behaviours of NPCs in game. We're going to start off by adding a little more character and dynamicism to the NPCs of Skyrim. To do so, we have 3 mods by Chimgarden that each follow a similar concept: Gesture Animation Remix, NPC Animation Remix, and Immersive Folded Hands. These mods work together to add more animations and gestures to NPCs according to their personality, role in society, and armor type. Gesture Animation Remix adds over 40 dialogue gesture animation variants that are appropriate according to an NPC's dialogue and character. The mod adds more friendly animations for followers and outgoing NPCs, such as merchants and tavern workers. You also see far more varied hand gestures and casual conversations, as well as more noticeable angry dialogue gestures added to all NPCs under certain conditions. NPC Animation Remix adds 22 new idols for NPCs, including new animations for scratching their head, fiddling with their armor, and when using enchantment stations. Finally, there is Immersive Folded Hands, which adds 5 short idols with folded hands for NPCs, and makes the standard crossed arms animation less probable by adding 12 new variants based on the NPC's armor type. These 3 mods add more depth to the NPCs and make them feel more alive in game. Now let's start to overhaul the game's dialogue, starting with More to Say. More to Say adds extra miscellaneous dialogue to NPCs, which is made up of spliced or unused dialogue that's already present in the game. It aims to make the NPCs more interesting and unique by giving them additional lines that fit their personalities and backgrounds. The mod currently covers the NPCs in Whiterun, Riverwood, Shawstone and Karthwasten, as well as the guards in several settlements. The mod also comes with several unique features, like how you can now ask Joanna of Rorikstead to heal you if you're diseased, or ask priests for the blessings of their patron divine. You can even gossip with Valga and Nari at the Dead Man's Drink, or proclaim Ulfric as the rightful High King in Sidgeir's court for an immersive way to get sent to the Falkreath jail. Also, the guards can now provide you with information about their city or settlement. However, some belligerent guards in Windhelm and corrupt ones in Riften may harass the player, providing an explicit portrayal of the societal dynamics of these cities. Overall, More to Say is a great mod that helps add more depth and character to our NPCs. Next, for the most extensive dialogue overhaul in the Nexus, we have Relationship Dialogue Overhaul. As many of you already know, this mod is extremely popular and for good reason. It adds over 5,000 lines of completely voiced dialogue for NPCs to use, spanning more than 50 voice types. The mod takes into account the relationship that the NPC has with the player and adjusts the dialogue accordingly. If an NPC is your friend, they'll greet you more like a friend.
Good to see you again, friend.
If you have a follower, they'll have much more varied responses.
Yes, sir.
And if you're married to your follower, they'll talk to you more like your spouse instead of using the generic follower dialogue.
I understand. Goodbye, my love.
On the flip side, if an NPC dislikes you, they'll have more insults to say.
Shut up, scum.
And may even stop talking to you completely if you continue to pester them. Overall, the Relationship Dialogue Overhaul is a must-have for anyone looking to improve upon the dialogue of Skyrim. To completely revolutionize our NPC's behaviour, we have AI Overhaul. Essentially speaking, AI Overhaul changes the daily schedules and behaviours of many of the vanilla NPCs to be more believable. As AI Overhaul is a very large mod that could easily take up an entire video of its own, I'll just show you a few of its key features. For starters, NPCs now have much more freedom to do as they please during their free time. Rather than being sandboxed in one area, they can be found doing all sorts of things throughout the city, such as shopping or relaxing at home. No longer will every NPC randomly greet you as you walk past either, as not everyone in real life stops to acknowledge strangers passing by. One of the more noticeable aspects of AI Overhaul is how NPCs now interact more with the environment around them. They may be seen reading a letter or book, drinking, eating, or simply observing the world. In addition, spouses now have much more freedom within the walled cities. They can be found around town and in shops, and may even go out at night, but always returning home by 9 PM. NPCs also have fixed bedtimes, meaning that beggars will sleep on the street or in tavern basements, while most people will be in their homes by 10 PM to 12 AM. And finally, weather behaviour is now applied to all individuals, making their actions and movements more realistic and immersive. AI Overhaul is a very popular mod amongst Skyrim players, and for good reason. It adds a level of depth and realism to the game that was previously unavailable, making NPCs feel much more like real people with their own lives, schedules and personalities. Now moving on to a few visual enhancements for our NPCs, let's start by taking a look at two of Skyrim's most unique races, the Argonians and Khajiits. To give my Argonian characters a more next generation look, I use Dragonic Argonian textures. As much as I enjoy the vanilla Argonian textures, this mod just provides a more scaly and detailed look, which I think is an improvement. As for my Khajiit characters, I use Cover Khajiits, which replaces the vanilla Khajiit textures with high quality new ones, making them look much better. But for a complete overhaul of the look of both beast races, I use Beast HHBB. The mod provides new hairstyles, horns and jewellery to adorn our beastly NPCs, which makes them look much more interesting and distinguished. Best of all, these new customization options are available to the player too, making this mod perfect for those who enjoy playing as the beast races. With these visual enhancement mods, our Argonians and Khajiits look much more vibrant and diverse. As for overhauling the visuals of our humanoid NPCs, I actually already covered how to do that in my remastering Skyrim video. In that video I go over my personal favourite NPC overhaul, which is the high poly true to vanilla NPC overhaul. As the title suggests, the mod stays true to the original design of each NPC, but with higher poly facial features. I also discuss my preferred skin textures for NPCs, which can greatly enhance the overall appearance of the game. Following on, when it comes to our follower NPCs, I use the great Fabulous Followers mod. This mod provides a total rework for the visuals and skills of Skyrim's followers, with a lore-friendly approach. All the updated looks for the followers fit perfectly within a vanilla game. The new appearances are designed to be reflective of the followers' background, and never stray too far from their original designs. The mod also allows followers to level up alongside the player up to level 60, and some have been given new unique combat perks and skills to make them more effective in battle, including certain followers like Aranda, who is now able to cast restorative magic to aid the player in combat. Alternatively, if you prefer to not have any combat changes at all, the mod is also available as an appearance changer only. Well, that's all the mods I have today. Thanks for watching, like the video if you enjoyed, and remember to endorse the mods you appreciate.